This Sunday morning, easy Sunday morning. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful, beautiful, easy Sunday morning. Real spill, man. Thumbs up as you pull up. Salute to everyone that catches this live and as well on the playback. I'm just briefly stopping through, just briefly. And I want to just kind of get 2 cents on the record about the Evander Holyfield fight from last night. And I want to say this, man. First off, man, after watching that last night, Evander Holyfield fight, hard to watch, fight fans. Hard to watch, man. And look, man, I was in my living room bracing for the damn punches. You know what I'm saying? Every time that one went towards Holyfield, and I was even balling up myself, like, come on, don't hurt Holyfield, man. You know what I'm saying? And every punch that landed, even the ones he blocked, he clearly had no balance. He clearly had no punch resistance. And I just was like, man, I hope this just ends as fast as possible, you know what I'm saying, and safely as possible. So I want to just say, fight fans, now that it's over, I want to say salute to Evander Holyfield. I know a lot of people look at this and they say, well, the safety aspect of it, I hear you. I do. But Holyfield last night was living. He was living. He was going out the way he wanted to go out, which was on his shield. We always bring this statement up a lot around the fight game. But when it's actually time to do such, you know, a lot of people get a little scared and like, oh, no, we don't, just quit, just stop, don't do it no more. And I understand that, I totally do. Any punch, things can go wrong. But fighters traditionally, as a fighter, this is the way they like to go out. You know what I'm saying? You can never tell a fighter that he's done and can't fight no more. He's gonna continue to fight if you allow him. But when they go out like this, knocked out, can't beat, lower level competition, hopefully something rings in the mind. And he say, you know what, it's over. I'm 58 years old, body don't respond no more. Knowing damn well that these muscles that I'm walking around with, I cannot do this naturally. It's over. And I hope that he got the message last night, it's over. But he went out respectful. He went out on his shield, making good money on the way out the door, getting honored, getting respected. That's how a fighter likes to go out. See, like I say, fight fans, we got an adoration for the fighters. The fighters got an adoration for the fight game. We looking at it like, oh, we don't want nothing to happen to Holy. But are we really asking what Holyfield really wanted or the best for Holyfield? And the best thing for him is to be able to take care of himself in his older age, man. You know what I'm saying? So he can support himself. So he can, he got some money now. And I'm glad to see that he walks away with $5 to $6 million. Shame on that boxing commission for okaying this. Originally, it was reported that they was not going to okay this down in Florida. But they changed it. Shame on them. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, for Holyfield, I'm glad that he went out. I'm glad he was safe. I'm glad the ref stopped it when they did. I'm just glad that he went out the way he wanted to go out. He wasn't forced out, you know what I'm saying? And now he should be okay financially, hopefully going forward. And that's the glass half full. He was not hurt. He did not get hurt. Things coulda, woulda, went left, but it didn't. And so I'm grateful to know that Evander Holyfield went out the way he wanted to go out, and which is on his shield. We don't say that statement around the fight game for nothing, fight fans. Now, I'm going to say this. And the crazy part is, where they were showing a lot of Holyfield's old stuff, which was good, you know what I'm saying? But this one question I've been wanting to ask the boxing fans since forever, because we wasn't doing YouTube and stuff back in the 90s, right? So no one was able to sit here and really talk about it. But remember when Mike Tyson and Holyfield fought each other? Now, we know that Mike Tyson bit off Holyfield's ear, right? I always wanted to know from the boxing fans, do y'all think that Mike Tyson was justified in doing that or not? Do y'all think that Mike Tyson, because Mike Tyson's explanation for why he bit Holyfield's ear off was headbutts, right? You go back and watch that fight, especially in the second fight, you clearly see Holyfield was definitely leading off with that head. I don't know if he was intentionally doing it, but it definitely seemed like it. Holyfield to this day denies. I didn't intentionally headbutt Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson said he wanted to go home to his kids. And what Holyfield was doing was he wasn't leading up with his head when he was punching. What he was doing was when he was trying to get up under Mike Tyson's punches, because Mike is so short, Holyfield was trying to get under Tyson's punches. And when Tyson would come forward, Holyfield took the step to the inside with his head down. And every time it would put his head right on Mike Tyson's face. And then when they would clinch, he would take his head and like rub it all up against Mike Tyson's. Just go back and watch the fight. Rub it all up against Mike Tyson's head during the clinch. And to this day, Holyfield denied, I wasn't doing no dirty fighting. Now, this prompted Mike Tyson to say enough is enough, and he bit his ear off. We already know Mike did it intentionally. It ain't even no secret about that. So the question I ask to the fight fans is, do y'all think Mike was justified in biting Evander Holyfield's ear because of the headbutts? I gotta say no. But I don't think there's still no reason to bite the man ear off. But if you go back and watch that fight, Holyfield was doing a lot of, I'm telling you, he was getting under them punches with that head out, man. You know, he already had that rock head. So I just was wondering, like, did boxing fans, because that was like probably one of the most barbaric acts that ever happened in a boxing ring. Was Mike Tyson justified? You know what I'm saying? Real spill. I love to hear what the fam talking about on that. Salute to William Smith. What's up, man? Good morning to Northern Ireland in our building. Definite shame on the boxing commission, and I applaud Evander getting his money. But please, no more boxing for Evander. That's the way I want to remember him. Absolutely. Nothing else for Evander Holyfield. It's over, man. But he capitalized off his name. He capitalized off his own legacy. And I'm glad to see him do it. And he walked away safe. That's most importantly, fight fans. So I'm just happy for Holyfield that he got his last hurrah. Because to take that, if he can get it, that's great. Boxing fans will never understand that from a fighter's point of view. That's just something we won't do. Most of us are at home, we chilling, we adore the fighter. We want the best for the fighter. But the fighter wants the best for him from the fight game. And so, like I said before, man, it's one thing, but you got to look at it from that fighter standpoint. If you are a painter or a builder, and someone tells you, oh, you can't paint or build no more, but we're going to hire this younger guy to take your place. That's usually the way natural order things go. But you can never tell that painter or builder when he goes home that to stop painting and stop building. He's going to still continue to paint and build. That's what he know how to do. So I hope Evander Holyfield's smart with his money. I don't want to see him back in the ring no more outside of being honored, you know, like they do like with Tommy Hitman Hearns and all of those guys. But if you look at those dudes, they got to do a lot of those appearances for money, believe it or not. Like a lot of these older fighters that you see sitting ringside, like they do with Tommy Hearns and a lot of these dudes get paid to do that. That's how they earn a living. They can't fight no more. You know what I'm saying? Holyfield found a way to do it, you know what I mean, by doing what he loves. And so I just got to respect that, man. And even as a man who probably financially can definitely use it, he had to do what he had to do to get that money. He had to do what he had to do. Yeah, he had to put himself in harm's way to a certain degree. But even the guy he was fighting wasn't like no tip-top boxer. And now he walks away providing for himself and his family. That's the bigger picture, fight fans. And we can't always walk around with this because it's our favorite fight. I get it, but this is what he was bred and made to do, even as an older person. Things can go wrong. I understand. But he can't go out here and get a job as a doctor or a lawyer and earn a living. He can't go out here and do anything for that matter to earn a living outside of fighting. So I'm just happy that he walked away safe. I don't even really want to dwell too much on how things could have, would have, should have went left because it didn't. And Evander Holyfield gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be okay. What's up to everyone? Good morning. Good morning. Word of the day on deck. It was an exhibition. Holyfield did not realize it. Yeah, he was probably living in the moment, living in the past. He was living through his glory days, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, people. You know, us boxing fans, we can never even begin to even think or fathom what it feels like what he's been through in his career. You know what I'm saying? That's all that's what he lived for. He felt like that was his purpose. And, you know, and that's what I mean. Like, taking that away from him, they could have done it with headgear and this, that, and the third, sure. But like I said, I think the extra safety was, the ref was on a very short leash, which I'm very appreciative of. He stopped that fight ASAP, which, I mean, I'm glad he did. I'm just really, really glad that they did. But then on top of that, he wasn't fighting nobody that I thought was an actual boxer. Even though he shouldn't have been in there fight, fan. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just glad that everything went good. You know what I'm saying? The ref was the real MVP. Absolutely. 100%. Salute to that ref for stopping that fight as soon as he did. I know Holyfield's just like any other fighter. Oh, what's going on? Why did the ref stop it? He didn't give me a chance. We don't want to hear that. We happy to sing a little bit that we sing, bro. You go ahead on back into this into retirement. Take your $5 to $6 million. Enjoy your life, man. Live your life out. Live your golden years out. Enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, like I said, he's smart with his money and he manages his money properly all the way. Because $5 to $6 million for Evander Holyfield and where he's at in his life should be able to ride him off for the rest of his life. I hope. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. Going out on your shield sounds dumb when you're 58, though, says you king. Yeah, it sounds dumb to a boxing fan. It sounds dumb to a guy who you may have a career doing something else. But you tell that to a boxer, it doesn't sound dumb. And that's why that's the point of view that we, I think, missing. You know what I'm saying, you king? Because we looking at it from a fan's point of view, and I get it. We boxing fans. We love Evander Holyfield. We love any of the fighters that age in the ring. We want to see them go off properly, sure. But you king, do you want to see Evander Holyfield at 58 sitting at home broken? Broken and broke? What kind of life is that? Can't pay for a doctor bill, can't do nothing. You know how many fighters in that situation too? Which one would you rather see? Him take a chance against a UFC fighter that it looks like it was very measured for $5 to $6 million. He walked out of there, he only did a minute of work. And now hopefully he's good for the rest of his life. That's the bigger fight. People that we take out, it's not like at 58, he's just riding off into the sunset living good. That ain't the case. It ain't the case. And it's one thing, I don't know if folks know, it's one thing to struggle as a young man, where you can get up one day and walk outside and go find something. Go do something. Man, look, man, shit, I ain't got no money. I gotta go find me a gig or something, man. I'm gonna walk down the street to here or go down the street to... You're a young man, you can do that. But you're a 58-year-old, about to be 60, that's probably not, because of the fight game. What he got? What his future look like? Sitting at home, can't do nothing else. That's the fight I think about. I'm telling y'all, man, we need to remember after the fight game, a lot of these dudes go down, down, down. You know what I'm saying? And so Evander Holyfield found a way to get in there, get out, get some money, fulfill his last hurrah, and walk off into the sunset. Now, boxing is going to have to close the door and put a major lock on it for Evander Holyfield. That's just the truth of the matter. You know what I'm saying? But I got a lot of love for Holy, and I'm just glad that everything went good for him. You dig? Robbie, what's up with you? Good morning. Good morning. No way that Victor beat Prime Holyfield. Oh, hell nah. Prime Holyfield would have stopped that man in 30 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Prime Holyfield would have stopped that man in 30 seconds. I just don't want him to get hurt, seriously hurt. But I am all for him making money, though, just not getting hurt. I understand you can't. Nah, and that's, hey, bro, trust me. All of us are dealing with that balance when it comes to Holyfield. You ain't the only one, my man. You know what I'm saying? Trust and believe. On one hand, if I could ask most of the boxing fans, on one hand, it'll be, man, I want him to be safe. I don't want him to get hurt. Man, that's like a great, we all love Evander Holyfield. He's boxing treasure. But then on the other hand, you'll ask yourself, do you want to see him broke? Do you want to see him struggling? Do you want to see him going through any problems? You know what I'm saying? That are well documented medically. You know what I'm saying? And do you want to see him be able to take care of himself? And that's the balance. That's the balance right there, fight fans. It's like he's a fighter. You got to let him fight. I guarantee you last night was the happiest that Evander Holyfield has been in perhaps years. Months to years. You know what I'm saying? He was living last night for that last hurrah. That's what I saw. You know what I'm saying? That's what I saw. That's what I saw. Now, if anybody paid for that last night, y'all got, man. But I'm glad y'all supported Holyfield. I supported him. I bought the event, right, and literally looked at about, I don't know, the 5 minutes that Holyfield's fight was lasting. I literally bought the event and didn't even watch this joint. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. I felt like putting a 2x4 in Victor Belfort's TRT face after his disrespectful rant. Yeah, I didn't even stick around for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you like this: if this Belfort dude is sitting here boasting off beating 58-year-old Evander Holyfield, man, miss me with it. You know what I'm saying? That shit corny. It sound corny. And he sound like a cornball. You know what I'm saying? You sitting here bragging about beating 58-year-old Evander Holyfield, man, come on. All he trying to do is up his money. Get more money. That's all he's trying to do, man. But you don't get no brownie point. You don't get no cool points for that. You know what I'm saying? You looking like a clown out here, champ. Truth be told, like I said, if you would have hurt Holyfield, oh man, you would have had your Twitter, all your social media would have been shut down. That man would have hurt Holyfield last night, Slim. We would have been riding. All boxing fans would have united against Victor Belfort. People may say, well, he only did what they would. Fuck all that. We don't want to hear that. That's that water under the bridge I don't even care about. All I know is you hurt Holyfield and we coming for you. So it's a good thing that Holy made it through that. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. Silva was really concerned when he KO'd Ortiz. Yeah, you know what? Respect to Anderson Silva, man. Now that's I'm gonna go back and watch his fight today. But respect to Anderson Silva. I got a lot of love and respect for him, man. A man who and it's another thing for him. Like we spoke with Holyfield. Anderson Silva, we've already known he was always known for his striking ability and his hand game. For him to fulfill his dream of having big professional boxing matches, to at least into his world, well, that's something that Anderson Silva wanted to do before he checked out of combat sports. I look at it like that to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? I look at it like that with a lot of these cats who kind of were big in yesteryear, well, they get a last hurrah. And I know today's fight fan don't give a damn about that. I know in today's world it's just like, no, they don't. No, we want to see blood, sweat. No, I'm a dude who's been watching these fighters fight for a long time, and I want to see these dudes get the best just due on the way out the door. Holyfield's son better put in a few digits in Pop's bank account instead of letting him risk injury. Yeah, man, that'd be cool. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, Holyfield a grown man, and Holyfield did what he wanted to do. Y'all acting like Holyfield was forced to do this. Y'all making it like Holyfield had a gun put to his head and they like, yo, you better sign and take this fight. No. Holyfield says, I was training for 2 years. 2 years. Holyfield says, man, I've been waiting for this. They had to do something for me. I ain't been in the gym all of this time for nothing. You ain't gonna hype him up. This is what Holyfield wanted. This is what we need to get, fight fans. We living out our own, we putting our own, and I know smart ain't smart. There's a lot of things in boxing that ain't smart. But we putting our own like admiration for Holyfield in front of the fact that the man needs to still earn a living, and the man is going out the way he wants to go out, whether it's smart or not. You know, so I mean, I'm just like I said, man. I'm just happy everything went good, man. I really am, man. Yeah, Belfort is a POS for that. Yeah, he is, man. You know what I'm saying? Belfort gonna get a lot of bad press from ragging on Holyfield, bro. You don't get no credit whatsoever, especially in the boxing world. We looking at you as a clown, you know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. I'm not even familiar with the dude. They say he's a Hall of Fame UFC fighter. Not hip to him whatsoever, you know what I'm saying? So whatever, man. He had his little 2 minutes of fame in the boxing world. I don't really want to see him again. I don't really care to check for him again whatsoever, you know what I'm saying? Good morning to my brother Dave Tat. Salute to the UK, man. Good morning. We getting close, Dave. We getting close. Usyk and Joshua, man. It's a matter of weeks, man. It's a matter of weeks. Can't wait, bro. This is gonna be good, man. We going into heavyweight territory, man. We are moving into heavyweight territory. Now, I don't want to hold this too long, fight fans, because I got another live stream I want to do sometime a bit later on this evening. We're gonna bring up the Terrence Crawford situation from last night again. We're gonna dwell more. I'm gonna give the fans some chance to respond to me on that, because I'm dying to hear y'all thoughts on last night's video. I let it go in the middle of the night last night, right before I went to bed. So I'm dying to hear y'all feedback on the Terrence Crawford situation and where we at for real. So we'll be coming back to sometime this afternoon with that live stream. Like I said, I'll open the phone lines. I'll have links in the description. Links in the chat for any of the fam. Hey, good morning, La La D. Good morning to the sister, La La D. Good morning, sis. Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday. Yeah, so I'm gonna have the entire panel open for everyone. If anyone wants to drop through, fam, y'all already know. Don't even just click it when you see it. And y'all already know you're on there. You know what I'm saying? If you don't support Mainman, if you don't hang around the channel that often, don't even do it, because I don't even want to be the one that puts you out. You know what I'm saying? So for all of y'all know who you rocking with me, anytime I'm dropping a link into the chat, even if you have a channel or not, you can still always rock out with the homie, and I want y'all to feel comfortable enough to do so. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that a little later. Like I say, just that Bud situation just got me just like, this thing is weird. Something is going on. Let's wait for the final verdict. It's a matter of days before we get that answer, but something is going on. What's up with all of this weird stuff surrounding the Terrence Crawford situation, man? Like Daniel Kinahan and MTK Global and this weird ass purse bid and the moving of Sean Porter from this ranking to that ranking, and it's just a lot of weird stuff going on, fight fans, and we'll talk more about it later on, man. So I'm gonna get on up out of here, but I just wanted to leave a word about Evander Holyfield, man. And y'all ain't never get back to me on this Mike Tyson thing. Can somebody just let me know? Did y'all think Mike Tyson was justified in biting Evander Holyfield's ear? I don't think it was right, you know what I'm saying? But Slim, Holyfield was doing a lot of dirt with his head, you know what I'm saying? So maybe Mike Tyson had a point. So I just wanted to know y'all point. Y'all can drop it in the comment section, man. Lala says, yo, biting the ear was too much. It was. Mike was an animal at that time, you know. He was getting outboxed. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Holyfield did a good job of nullifying Mike Tyson in a different way. And he does that. He did that adjustment I always tell these fighters to do. And that is take the step forward and get into the fighter's chest. Something I would like to see Terrence Crawford do if we get Sean Porter. The best adjustment to do against those dudes that's coming in low and want to swarm you is stepping into their chest. Can't get no leverage on no punches, tying them up. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good strategy, man. And that's what it was. Javier Rodriguez says a head bite. Same stuff. Head bite is the same stuff. Yeah. So you saying the head butt? Oh, head butt, same stuff. Oh, yeah. Holyfield was wrong for the head butt. That's why I wonder. Like, does anybody say, well, when they look at Mike do that, to say, hey, Mike had a reason to do it. He was getting head butts left and right. Holyfield was rubbing his head off. Like I said, Holyfield was coming in low because he was trying to get under Mike Tyson's punches, which Holyfield was already taller than Tyson. And you trying to get under his punches and then step forward, using your head out like that, cracking Tyson on the temple and everything. You know what I mean? Tyson gave his ear back via FedEx. Yeah, he sent some Gorilla Glue with it too, right? Like, yeah, my bad on that, you know what I mean? I'm glad that them two made it up in their old age, you know what I'm saying? They ain't taking nothing to the grave, no regrets. We've seen these two appear on podcasts together and panels together, so they pretty much patched it up, you know what I'm saying? Buried the hatchet or whatever. So that's real good before either man, you know, leave this earth or whatever. They don't leave no regrets. But I always wondered how boxing fans felt about it, man, because some people say Tyson was justified because his kids and all that, but some people say no, you know. Force Ghost Fabio says Mills Lane was a judge and he didn't like Mike after prison. He let Holyfield get away with the headbutts. Yeah, Mills Lane was right there, man, witnessing all of those headbutts. He was right dead center. I mean, he couldn't miss those headbutts, man. He just could not miss those headbutts. So, yeah, you know, there's been a lot of talk about Mills Lane and Mike Tyson over the years, man. And Tyson was looking at Mills Lane quite a few times in that fight, like, you gonna say something about these headbutts? And Tyson kept telling him, like, oh, the dude is headbutting me, man. Like, what we gonna do about this? We ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? Just K, what's up? Good morning, Just K. Good morning, good morning. Salute, man. Tyson biting Holyfield ear wasn't the best thing to do. But at the moment, it was the right thing to do. Yeah, he acted out of emotion. And then he was also going by how the first fight went. Because he also stated that, you know, in that first fight, that he felt like he was eating a lot of headbutts from Holyfield then too. So Mike just wasn't going to go for it this time around. Mike got stopped by Holyfield in that first time. He wasn't going to go for it this time around. He wasn't going to go for it. You know what I'm saying? He just like, look, I wasn't going to. He clearly was on his way to getting outboxed. I think once he started leaking, that did it for Mike, man. Mike saw blood and Mike wanted blood. You know what I mean? And he felt like that he was getting busted open from the head. Shit, man, that's a hard call, bro. That's a hard call, man. What is the next fight that you are excited about? Joshua and Usyk. Joshua and Usyk all day. Like I just got finished telling the homie Dave. That is the next one I'm really, really looking forward to because of the implications, because of what lies ahead. You know, all of those belts at the heavyweight division. A loss for Joshua literally changes the power structure at heavyweight. You know what I mean? So when you got fights with this much on the line, bro, I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to go. We got down to a matter of weeks. The good news about that fight also, we ain't dealt with not 1 second of politics. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. We ain't dealt with 1 second of politics in that fight. No, I'm not going to fight. This guy ain't going to fight. This network, that network, this 60-40, that 70. We ain't hear none of that, man. And I love that. You know what I'm saying? This fight came together naturally and it was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And I knew even months ago when I covered Anthony Joshua ringside at Usyk versus Chisora. We knew then. And Anthony Joshua was on the game then. They asked Joshua, like, what are you doing here? He like, man, I'm here to scout my future competition. I love that. I love that. No politics. We got a great fight right here. Styles are very, very interesting. Two guys at the top of their game. You know what I'm saying? It get no better than that. So I'm turned up for that right there. That is the next one that I'm really, really, really looking for. You know what I'm saying? Really, really looking for. Lala says, yo, main man, I am rooting for Herring. Just FYI. You rooting for Herring? Yeah, all day. And you know what, though? You know what, Lala? I mean, either one. I mean, I'm good with Herring or Shakur, but for far as the Valdez situation going forward, because of we want Valdez's ass whooped, my only thing is, I think stylistically, Shakur's style versus Valdez does more than Herring style. Because Herring is war-torn, he's war-ready, he's ready to get into that war. He'll give it to you if you want it. As for Shakur, he ain't giving you nothing. You're going to have to take it from him. You're going to have to dictate the pace. You're going to have to become the ring general. You're going to have to get tired of his defensive maneuvering. And I believe that Oscar Valdez can possibly be frustrated by Shakur and just thoroughly outboxed. So it may be a snore fest to a lot of people, but I just think stylistically that Shakur would give him a problem. Now, if you want a war fight, you want Oscar probably beat down, like get into a back and forth, let's go, boom, boom, boom. Then of course you rocking with Herring. That's Herring's fight right there. Herring gonna try to stay on that outside, put the jab on him. He get into the inside, he's still gonna be willing to clutch. You know what I mean? I just gotta fear that Herring's feet is just a little too slow for Oscar. That also concerns me, but I will say, if you want to beat him up fight, you rocking with Herring to beat Shakur. You know what I'm saying? You're rocking with Herring to beat Shakur. Dave says, if it had gone on another round, Holyfield said that he was going to bite Mike back. And that would have been interesting. It was boxing at the moment, a rough fight, and it was the other side of boxing. Yeah, you know, Holyfield kept his composure in that situation, but like I said, man, Holyfield to me played like the wolf in sheep clothing. Like he played real, I don't know what you're talking about. I would never do this. And when you look at that fight, bro, you got to say to yourself, okay, it just looks too, he just keep doing the same thing over and over again. It can't be no damn mistake. He doing this shit intentionally. He coming in low like that with his head out like that intentionally. And when they clutching, you know, he literally rubbing his head up against Mike's head. And Holyfield's excuse was, oh, it was just different in styles, you know. And the reason, he said that the reason that Mike got busted open in that fight was because Mike was sparring without headgear and he had scar tissue. So Holyfield blamed it on Mike Tyson's training and sparring. Oh yeah, he wasn't using headgear in training, and I heard about that. So, you know, when we got into the fight, he got busted open so easy. I'm not a head butter. I don't do head butts. That's Evander Holyfield. We don't believe you, bro. We don't believe you. You need more people. You know what I'm saying? You need more people. I just think that he got away with it and then try to play, you know, we got, like I said, we got a lot of love for the Warriors. So he played on his admiration. He know people wasn't going to only go but so far on him because everyone's such a big fan of him. You know what I'm saying? He did what I like to call that George Foreman thing. George Foreman is real good at that. George Foreman is real good at dressing up his BS. You know what I'm saying? George Foreman over the years has been real corporate, you know what I mean, type dude and yes man type dude, but he hides it very well. He has that smile, that $1 million smile. He used to always show all the time, remember? And he always played innocent. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm the nicest man in the world. I'm the preacher man. Whole time, this is the same dude that tried to bribe the ref in the Muhammad Ali fight. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it wasn't me. It was Dick Adler. It was Dick Adler. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, bro, you know, Holyfield, he know what he did. He gonna take that with him he gonna take that to his last days. I was just fighting. I wasn't doing that on purpose. You know, I'm not a head butter. It was Mike's scar tissue. You know, man, Holy know what he did, bro. And Mike know what he did. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, man, there's a segment of boxing fans out there that think what Mike Tyson did is okay. They think it's perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? Holyfield was not in boxing shape. He is old, and I hope he is done. We all do, Dan the Mag. We all do. We want him to be done. He is old. He's, like I said, he's had his last hurrah. Let him go. He's got $5 to $6 million. I don't know how much he's gonna walk away with after taxes. Don't know who he owes, but I just hope that that bag of money that he made last night holds him to his last days, where he don't have to really want for anything. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said before the fight, boxers are not smart with their money. We all know that. And these guys are finessed out of their money in so many different ways, post the fight game, during the fight game. And it's easy for us to sit back and say, yo, well, he should have did this with his money. Yo, sharks in boxing, man. You know what I'm saying? Small print is a big deal in boxing, you know, and all of these fighters get caught up one way or another. They do get caught up in lavish spending and stuff like that. As for Evander Holyfield, we know throughout his career, we know all of the stories from the past of the lavish spending and houses with 50 rooms and all of this other stupid stuff, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, you live and learn. And he gave us many memorable nights. He put his life in harm's way for a very long time, over 20 years, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I want to see him straight, you know what I mean? I want to see him straight, and I hope so. Mike Tyson is the dirtiest. Can't complain about a headbutt. Yeah, Mike Tyson used to throw those uppercuts with elbows attached to him, didn't he? Mike Tyson was the master of the forearm also, dog. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson will clench your ass and hold that damn arm in and try to rip it off too, dog. Mike was master at dirty fighting. Mike is a student, real live student of old school fighting, bro. When you hear Mike Tyson talk, he talks about the old school fighters like the back of his hand. I'm sure he studied these dudes and everything that they've done, you know what I'm saying, leading up to his career. So, I mean, you can hear it in Mike's voice. Mike is a student of the game. Mike know all of the tricks of the trade, you know what I'm saying? Real spill. Victor was a drug cheat, though, says Evander Holyfield. Yeah, he was a drug cheat, man, and that's why I say, man, it's very unfortunate, man, that they allow a drug cheat to come out and come off like this. But I'm just glad, once again, I'm looking at the glass half full. Things could have went left, but I can't reiterate to folks enough that the worst thing for a senior person, especially a senior person, is to be in debt, or is to not have the ability to earn whatsoever in your later years, and you got nothing coming in. And I just want people to picture that fight for Evander Holyfield. You know, these boxers don't have unions. These boxers don't have 401k plans, even though I wish they did. I wish somebody would come together and say, hey, here's this, you know, account, stash a certain percentage of all of your purses in here. That way, when you're done fighting, hey, lock it down, you know what I'm saying? Put it into a trust, put some sort of special instructions on it where the fighter can't touch it until he's been retired for at least a year, you know what I'm saying, or two. Something to that effect, something for their future, you know what I mean? Because a lot of these fighters, when they're living in the moment. They're not smart enough to stash to the side. They think that they're investing in all of these good businesses where, when it's all said and done, most of them crash. You know what I'm saying? Fighters, they in the past have been known to buy whole blocks of businesses just to see them all fail once the fight game stops. You know what I'm saying? So everyone can't be like Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes was a very successful businessman in his post-fight life. Or a fighter like Rocky Marciano, who walked away undefeated and still went on to be successful in his post-fight life. Every fighter doesn't work out that way, you know? Doesn't work out that way. I was lucky enough to see a boxing contract when I was 17, since I know a manager. Fighters get nothing. Yeah, I agree with that, Force Ghost Fabio. I agree with that. When y'all hear these reported purses, that's just the reported purses before all of the bells and whistles come out. We're not talking about taxes. We're not talking about this manager, that manager. Some of these fighters got two promoters, the cut man, everyone else in the corner, the advisor, everyone that got to get a cut. What is the fighter really walking away with? You know what I'm saying? And in a lot of cases, your favorite champions, yeah, their reported purses may be a guarantee of $2 million, but once it's all said and done, if they walking away with $500,000, they doing okay. So in Holyfield's case, that was the case too. And some of the people he dealt with were some of the biggest sharks in boxing, known for taking money out of the back pocket of fighters. Sad. Lala says, kind of like what the coach did for Iverson's money, right, Mainman? Facts, Lala. Facts, big facts. Thank goodness for that, right? Now y'all don't see Allen Iverson running around here looking like he could. I remember back about a couple years ago, somebody actually put a video out on Allen Iverson saying like he didn't have enough money to go and buy a cheeseburger or something to that effect, right? And I was like, what? But you ain't seen nothing like that in the last few years, have y'all? Because Allen Iverson's money was put in a trust by his coach, like Lala say, but also by his wife, and made sure that, look, bruh, you burning through money like a hot knife through butter. No, 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 no. We're going to sit this over here, and you can't touch this to a certain point in your life. That was the smartest thing ever. That's really protecting someone from themselves right there. You know, and fighters, like I said, to a certain degree, they need that. That's why it's good sometimes for a fighter to have a good woman behind them. You know what I'm saying? To let them know, hey, we see things that you don't see. You look at Timothy Bradley, for example, and we always use this example. Timothy Bradley was pulled out of the fight game by his wife, admittedly so. After that Ruslan Provodnikov fight, she probably seen all she needed to see. Timothy Bradley was in there fighting on instinct. Man was knocked out on his feet just swinging. Don't even know what he's swinging at. Then if you listen to his words after that, his words begin to slow down. But I guarantee you, if you would have came back and seen Tim Bradley 8 months later, he would have been ready to go for the next fight. His wife said, no, 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 no. Yep, your days are over. You got children to think about. You got me to think about. You got a family to think about. And just go ahead and call fights and call it a day. Saved him from himself. I'm glad Timothy Bradley retired when he did. That Ruslan Provodnikov fights probably to this day still give him nightmares. Ruslan went in there and hit Timothy Bradley with everything but the kitchen sink. So at the end of the day, he got saved. He got saved. You know, by his a better half. Don King did well though, man. Good job that Shock has gone, and new promoters are looking out for the boxers more. Yeah, to a certain degree, yeah, because what I think is starting to happen now, we're now in the era where fighters are becoming promoters, as opposed to Don King, who was a former con man, became a promoter, or Bob Arum, former lawyer, who becomes a promoter, or Lou DiBella, former, becomes a promoter. Now we're getting to the era where these fighters now, retired fighters, are starting to enter into the promotional game more and more, which can be beneficial to other fighters, because who does know the struggle of another fighter than another fighter? You got guys like Floyd, you got guys like all of these different fighters that got their own imprints, this promotions, MP promotions, that promotion. So fighters are now getting more and more into the promotional game. I want to see fighters start to build their stable. You see little guys like Devin Haney starting to do that early. It was another fighter. Who was it? And he was just saying that I got a fighter coming out. Earl Spence. Earl Spence got a fighter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like these fighters now are starting to get more and more into the promotion. So hopefully the future of promotion would land into the hands of former fighters. Because once this old guard is gone, from Bob Arum and even Eddie Hearn to a certain degree, but Eddie Hearn is doing a decent job. I haven't heard too many horror stories financially about Eddie Hearn, but a lot of these old guard gonna get the hell out the way, especially Bob. Get Bob ass out the way, you know what I'm saying? Because Bob right now, man, dog, we're gonna talk about this Crawford situation, y'all. Bob is just, man. No. Lala says, hopefully Iverson didn't get shock loan advances on that upcoming money. He better not owe it all out. Yeah, that happens too, man. That happens too. And I hate when I hear stuff like that, how fighters get advances or loans against the money that they are owed from someone, because that's how you get in pocket. You know what I'm saying? We've been hearing for years how fighters like Adrian Bronner has been in pocket to guys like Al Heyman in the PBC. That's why they can ration his money. That's why when he fights Manny Pacquiao for $10 million, he doesn't get no money. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, brother, we gave you this advance, that advance. We paid for this lawsuit, that lawsuit. We had to cover your court costs for this, that, and the third. And you can't get next to no money, bro. We're not giving you no money. You in pocket. You owe us. And as long as that happens, we'll tell you when we're ready for your next fight. You know what I mean? Good morning to Rob Rook Davies in the building, man. Good morning, family. Good morning. Earl has Burley Brooks and Frank Mott. Oh, okay. He got two fighters. Burley Brooks is the one I heard. Okay. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. And that's a good look. That is a good look for the fight game right there. To see more fighters get into the promotional game. That is the one I want to see. I'm telling you, man, who's going to be the next one that build that stable? Look at Mayweather. Look at Oscar. Oscar's a former fighter. You know what I'm saying? Got fighters. He should know better. He made Oscar raise Canelo Alvarez, made him to the biggest star in boxing. You ain't never heard Canelo really complaining much about Oscar when he was paying him. Even Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia kicked up some dust on social media. Oscar gave him a call and gave him a new deal. Now Ryan is good. It's easier when you got a fighter as a promoter, as opposed to a lawyer or some former lobbyist or some sort of exec that has ties to a TV network. So they always going to cater to the network. Like that's been the problem in boxing. You know, Bob Arum stole top rank from Muhammad Ali. He was a damn lawyer. You know what I'm saying? So we know what it is. Good morning. I always say good morning to Rob Rook. What's up? What's up? What's up? Dave says, I was disappointed in the last Conor Ben fight. He punched a lot, but wasn't devastating. What did you think? Same pretty much analysis. Punched a lot, wasn't devastating, lack of a statement. Just kind of went through the motions to get the fight done. When you got a guy like Granados in front of you, you got to get rid of him. You got to get rid of him. My thing is, I'm being patient on Conor Ben. I'm not going to trash him. I think he's coming up, and I want to see how good he gets. I never trash a work in progress. I look at Conor as literally a work in progress. He's not quite polished yet, but he's getting there. And I think he can be the next one to come out of the UK. It's going to take him to get the big UK name first. He's got to conquer the UK first. Giving him a Amir Khan, give him a former guy that had a name, or Kell Brook or something to that effect, and see if he can get it done. And if he gets over that hump, make the splash into America and make your presence felt worldwide. I think he's a work in progress. We'll see how good he gets. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how good he gets. But I'm keeping my third eye on him very, very close. Wasn't overly impressed with the Granados fight, but yet I like his bravado. I like his hunger. And I think skill-wise, better and better every time I see him. You know what I'm saying? Ukeem says, I've seen a lot of fighters becoming managers. Look at AJ. He got like 4 fighters. Damn, I didn't even know that. Okoli, Buatsi, Ramallah Ali, and Dillian White got Fabio Wardley, Alan Bassick, and Chris Congo. What's up? That is great. That is what's up. That makes me feel good for the future, man. You know what I mean? That makes me feel real good for the future to see fighters get into the fight game. Now, the thing is, hopefully a lot of these fighters don't pick up a lot of bad habits from their former promoters. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at Floyd, and Floyd is already like, oh, it got to be in-house, in-house, in-house. If it ain't in-house, I don't want to hear nothing about it. You know what I mean? I guess to a certain degree, maybe they're going to be that way anyway, in-house. I guess we should focus more on how they treat the fighters. As long as they pay their fighters their just due and get them the proper fights and move their career properly, I guess that's all we can ask for, right? But from an in-house thing, that's a business decision, and that's their decision. I wish it didn't exist that way, but that's their decision. Granados is a strong experience, and he wasn't going away. He has a lot of experience, man, but he's a punching bag, bro. He is a punching bag, and he's been that way for the last few fights. You know what I'm saying? He's the kind of guy that you shine on. I hate to say it, because physically and athletically, he's so limited. And he only fights one style. Come forward, swinging punches. We know. He's a punching bag, no head movement. These kind of guys you style on, man. You style on. You know what I'm saying? I remember even in Danny Garcia, who doesn't seem nowhere near as hungry no more, he destroyed Granados. I mean, it was a destruction. You get rid of those dudes to show your level. You know what I mean? And that's just the way you hit with impact in today's fight game. But, you know, like I said, I appreciated this performance, but I wanted to hear it. We got to hear the statement. Before you make that trip out to the world, you have to conquer your land. You have to do it. You have to do it. I always use the Carl Froch analogies and the Kawasaki analogies and the Lennox Lewis analogies. What they did it the right way. They conquered the way they came from first, and then they came out here to conquer more. And now they're in the Hall of Fame for doing such. Respect. Totally agree. Conor has to be stepped up, but Khan is ducking him, man. I love to see that fight, bro. Yeah, Khan is just looking for the opportunity. He's an opportunist. I don't even think that him and Brook is going to make it happen. But I like the Khan fight because of the name recognition and what the spotlight it brings for Conor Ben. I think Conor Ben sleeps him. I don't think it's hard to sleep Khan. I think that is the best fight for Conor Benn. I see that they're attaching his name to Adrian Bronner a lot now. Every time I look up something about him, it's Adrian Bronner and Conor Benn. Adrian Bronner and Conor Benn. We know that's a clout thing and this, that, and the third. It ain't going to happen. But fights like that, shit, that'd be great for Conor Benn, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the name recognition is what they trying to get him right now. But I think Amir Khan is the best name, bro. He is the best name you can link up with Conor Benn if they can make that happen. Yeah, Danny pieced him up bad. OMG. Yeah, it was embarrassing with Danny. Danny went through him. Hey, Slip, Danny went through him, I mean, like, see ya. I'm going right through you. You ain't even here, bro. I'm just getting here to knock you out, get the check, and keep on moving. Danny went through him. Tyson Fury announced his next fights. Wilder, White, AJ twice, fight deal. Then his last fight, Derek Chisora. Tyson announced his next fights. Wilder, White, AJ twice, and 2 fights with Derek Chisora. Yeah. I saw that. And I'm about to get ready to shut this down, y'all. We're going to get up out of here and come on back a little later on. But I saw that. And I will say this. And a lot of people are wondering why Tyson Fury is even mentioning Derek Chisora. This goes to show you what I always say about the boxing game. If you go back to when Derek Chisora and Tyson Fury fought, they hated each other. Couldn't stand each other. All that trash talk that they were saying towards one another, and they fought twice, right? But look at it. Tyson Fury, like, I'll give him a 3rd fight. Why? Because us boxing fans think that they can't stand each other. No. Even though Derek Chisora lost to Tyson Fury walked away from that fight game respecting Derek Chisora to the max. Because he pushed. He pushed as hard as he could. Tyson Fury probably sat back and watched Derek Chisora over the years, and Derek Chisora never quit it. He never gave up. He just kept on coming. He may have been out of his league in a few of them fights. You know what I mean? But he still never gave up, even in the Usyk fight. Look at that fight, man. When I look at Chisora in that fight, Chisora know physically he was way out of his league. Athletically, Alexander Usyk was just too fast, feet too good, the whole 9 yards. But did Derek Chisora give up? Did Derek Chisora give up? When Derek Chisora lost to Fort Dillian White and came back and fought him again, threw a table at his ass. Derek Chisora didn't give up. Boxers need to take note for guys like Derek Chisora. Just because you lose, just because you take a loss, just because you get your ass whooped by multiple occasions from the same fighter, fight fans will still support you. It's the effort we appreciate. It's the effort we appreciate. We don't appreciate your diva shit. We don't care about your O. It's the effort fighters. You go in there and give a valiant effort, win, lose, or draw. People may say you lost, but guess what? The next day, people going to be riding for you just as hard. I'm telling y'all, fight fans, that's just the way it goes. It's just like with Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder might have lost to Tyson Fury, but we right here. Lockstep, we ain't going nowhere. We right here. Because guess what? We seen that effort. He ain't go down. He wasn't on the ground when they ended that fight. He ended his fight on his feet. He didn't just lay down in that ring. He went in there trying to figure it out. And I appreciate the effort. Look at him now. He's making adjustments. He got a new trainer. He kicked his old trainer out. I'm looking for the answer. That effort is what I appreciate. And I'm telling y'all, fight fans, and that's what we are. That's the biggest myth in boxing, is that you got to be undefeated. You got to be undefeated. Oh, you got to be, Tank Davis and all that. Nah, Joe. Nah, that ain't what it is, man. All you got to do is give a valiant ass effort, and your people will still be right there to back you 150%. That's all it is. What hurt me, and I got to get out of here, fam. What hurt me more than anything with Keith Thurman, because I was a huge Keith Thurman fan, was when his effort declined. Was when he started coming around ignoring fights. When he stopped showing that hunger that we've known him for. I got to owe him, afraid to let it go. How he won us all over. And when that disappeared, it wasn't because he lost to Manny Pacquiao. He lost. I don't care if he lost to Manny Pacquiao. It's the fact that how it led into that fight. You at the casino gambling. You ain't taking shit serious. After the fight, you fall off the map again. The effort is what hurt Keith Thurman. Not because you lost. And that's what pisses me off more than anything. So, of course, for Tyson Fury to say that he'll want to get in there with Derek Chisora, that's a matter of respect. Because win, lose, or draw, Tyson Fury respects Derek Chisora. Much love, you know what I'm saying? Me too, I got to get Starbucks while I'm in the mood. Only one Starbucks every blue moon. I'm the same way, Hey, I can't, it's too strong for me. It's too strong. Hey, if I go to Starbucks, I got to get like a cup this big. If not, man, that shit too strong. I'll be bouncing off the walls, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the hell they put in Starbucks, man, but my system can't take it. You know, I just drink this homemade coffee, you know what I'm saying? Much love to the fam, man. Thumbs up on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Share. Rock those bells. I'm going to rock out over there with my homie Stormy B, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come on over there, catch up with us. You know what I mean? Much love to y'all. We'll be back later for We Talking Boxing Live, where we'll bring up the Bud situation a little bit more. I want to hear feedback from the fam. You know what I mean? How y'all feel about this, man? I got a lot of love for the fam. Y'all know anytime y'all want me to talk about anything in particular, you can always hit me up at mademan511@gmail.com with any video suggestions, any fighter information you want me to know, or anything pertaining to whatever's going on in the fight game. You know what I'm saying? That's how we get down over here, man. We got no borders. There's no fighter that's off limits, and we'll talk about any of them. We got love for the fight game. Much love to y'all. Enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday, and I'll see y'all real soon, man. Peace out to the fam, man. Much love to you all.